So I have a question with everything going on with chickens right now. Has that affected you guys?
We are very blessed. The only thing really is affected us with our eggs because we use an egg wash, milk-based egg wash for our chicken that we marinated in. That we actually, that's our signature recipe that we make at the house every day. So eggs have went kind of crazy expensive, but our chicken, because we have used these same companies that have already been vetted and they didn't really experience any issues with
that's good.
any of that because they already went through the process to preempt not to have those issues.
Yes, okay.
So our chicken really we haven't had any issues with that price.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Awesome. What's up, Camden County? You are catching episode 42 of the Get In Your Business podcast. I'm Alison Shores, your host from the Camden County Chamber of Commerce. This Get In Your Business podcast is made possible by our Chairman Circle sponsors, Comcast Business, Georgia Power Company, Georgia's Own Credit Union, Sparklight, Plug Power, St. Mary's DDA, TDS Telecom, and Ameris Bank. Thank you to all of our sponsors that make this possible. All right, guys, today in the studio, I have Miss Amanda Griffin from Huey Magoo.
Hello.
I'm so excited.
Oh, you have no idea. I'm so excited. I've been waiting on this for like weeks.
Listen, so we just celebrated 1 whole year of Huey Magoo's in Camden County.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's amazing.
We are, again, from day one, y'all have been so welcoming. Just opened doors for us that we didn't even think possible. It's just been amazing. The community has been just fantastic.
Girl, we have really loved you guys being here. You have no idea because you did just like jump in, get involved. But today, what I kind of want to talk to you about before we get involved in all that, is first of all, who are you? Who is Huey Magoo's? For the people that don't know, I think some people think we have way too many chicken places around here, but that's just not the truth. We have a lot of people too.
Right. Well, and the thing is, we're a chicken place.
Yes.
We sell fried chicken, and we were nominated the best fried chicken in Camden County, just FYI.
I'm just saying.
But so Huey Magoo's was started in 2004 by two guys that they wanted to be golf pros and they weren't that great at it. So their wife said, hey, you got to figure out a way to feed your families.
Right.
So they had a love for chicken and serving people. So they created Huey Magoo's, and we got introduced to the franchise probably about 5 years ago. My partners, Paul and Dawn Zamuda, they were introduced to it first, and then they were like, hey, we've got this really great concept. Do you want to get on board? And at first I was like, no. Turns out I don't. I've done food service all my life. Yeah. I think I need a break. But then I was like, you know what? Let's rethink this. So a lot of prayers, a lot of thought, talking to my husband. We went and tried. The closest restaurant to us at that point was in Valdosta. Oh, so we drove like 3 hours to try it, and it was the best fried chicken I'd ever had. And I was like, okay, they're onto something.
What, like, okay.
Right.
So that was 5 years ago.
That was, yeah. And so we slowly got into, because there's a lot of things you got to go into to get into a franchise and things like that. So we jumped through all the hoops, and we actually opened our first restaurant in 2022 in Liberty County, or Hinesville, Georgia.
Okay.
And we've been operating there since. And then we opened our second location here in Camden 1 year ago yesterday.
It's just so crazy. I can't believe it's been a year.
I know. And then we're actually going to break ground on our third location next month.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Can you tell me where, or is that a secret?
Jessup, Georgia.
Oh my goodness, Jessup, Georgia.
It was kind of in the middle. Like we went Hinesville, went Camden, now we're in the middle.
I love that.
So
okay, now you're known, because I say this all the time because I don't know why it's so catchy or something for me, but the Filet Mignon of Chicken.
It's so funny you say that. Like, so another brand actually tried to pay us or pay Huey Magoo to take our tagline from us, because it is so catchy. It's cute, right?
Yes.
We're like, no, that's ours, bro. So we wouldn't commit to that. But so we only use a chicken tender. We don't cut up a chicken breast. We don't do anything. So there's only one chicken tender per breast. So there's 2 chicken tenders per chicken.
Okay.
So we only use 3% of every chicken that's ever around. But
that's I'm assuming the best part of the chicken?
It is the most tender. It's the closest part to like the heart cavity.
Oh.
So not only is it the most tender because they don't really use that part of their body a whole lot, but it's also the closest to their heart. So there's more love in it.
Oh, I love that.
I know, right?
Oh, I love it so much.
I made that up myself.
But I love that. But there is a difference with your chicken.
It absolutely is. And not only that, we don't just use any chicken distributor or anything like that. We all of our vendors have been vetted. I mean, through rigorous, like we figure out we look at their how they raise their chickens, what they feed their chickens, how they store their chickens, how they water their chickens. I mean, everything. Are they allowed to move? I mean, there's a rigorous thing that we go through to make sure that our chickens are up to par, because there are some distributors that aren't, and we won't serve those chickens. We won't serve that brand.
Huh. So I have a question. With everything going on with chickens right now, has that affected you guys?
We are very blessed. The only thing really is affected us with our eggs, because we use an egg wash, milk-based egg wash for our chicken that we marinated in, that we actually, that's our signature recipe that we make at the house every day. So eggs have went kind of crazy expensive, but our chicken, because we have used these same companies that have already been vetted, and they didn't really experience any issues with
that's good.
Any of that, because they already went through the process to preempt not to have those issues.
Yes. Okay.
So our chicken really we haven't had any issues with that. Praise
That's good to know.
Yes.
Awesome. Now you were just talking about some made from scratch stuff. Now, how much in your restaurant is made from scratch?
So we have a signature breading recipe that we make, our own milk wash that we make, our ranch and Magoo sauce. We make those fresh every morning.
And I want to say this, people talk about your ranch and the is it Huey Magoo?
We call it Magoo sauce.
Madison makes me want to call it Huey Magoo sauce. So
it's like for supper. Call me what you want. Don't call me like call it what you want. Just show up today for lunch.
Yes,
absolutely.
Okay, so continue. What else is?
So we make the cute Magoo sauce, ranch, and everybody is really particular about the ranch, and ours is not too thick. It's not too thin. Like when you dip the chicken in, it coats it just ever so slightly, and you get that really tangy sweet vibe with every piece of chicken. We make our own banana pudding, and it's not like we whip our cream. I mean,
you're Southern. You know how that's important.
Absolutely. Listen, you either like somebody's banana pudding or you don't.
Yep.
So if it's like your mama made it, then you like it, and it's like my mama made it. So,
I love that.
Yes.
Oh, good. So we just celebrated 1 year. Also, during that celebration, you guys, I guess you had a competition between, the police department and fire department. It was called like Battle of the Badges or something. But, which by the way, Kings on Fire won. We'll just say that. But in doing that, you do a lot of spirit nights and fundraisers for people. Talk about those. Like, how often are you doing those?
So we will do those pretty much, any night. We typically schedule them originally on Tuesdays, just because we found that that's the best. If you do them on Mondays, you don't have enough time to remind people to come out on Tuesdays.
Listen, Monday's a bad day.
It is, because just the weekend, you're just, it's the Mondays of Mondays, and you hear that all the time, but it happens. So if we do them on Tuesdays, you have time to remind people on Mondays. Wednesdays is church night. Thursday is the new Friday. And then if you're trying to schedule something on the weekends, everybody's gone.
Yep.
So Tuesdays seem to work better. And we do them for any nonprofit organization or a group that's like, community involved, something that, just needs extra help in fundraising. You contact me. We schedule it up, and from 5 to 9, we will donate 10% of our whatever we bring in our proceeds that night to that organization. You don't have to say a code or tell me you're with somebody.
Yeah.
You can come in. You can order online through DoorDash, whatever. We don't care.
Oh, so you guys are on DoorDash.
We just take we do DoorDash, Uber Eats, web orders, everything. So we take 10% from those from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and we write that organization a check.
I love it, because you presented them with checks yesterday.
So so we presented the police department with a check for $300, and then the fire department for $400. That was their earnings from. We did on Valentine's Day, and we said, who will win your love? Oh. So the police department did from 11 to 4, and then the fire department did from 4 to 9 p.m.
But I think that's so cool. Speaking of things that you do in the community, one thing that I loved about when you opened Huey Magoo's, and we did your grand opening and ribbon cutting and all that, you had the entire the marching band was out there.
Yes.
And it was so much fun. But that is just another, I don't think I've been to a ribbon cutting or grand opening here that had, the student involvement. And that was just so cool to me.
Well, I'm real extra.
You are.
But again, our youth is what's important. And if we don't raise them up right, there's not going to be anybody to replace us.
Yeah, I agree.
And that was always what I was taught, growing up with my family business, you have to train your replacement. Same thing in life. We've got to train our young people to be productive, giving community members.
Absolutely.
And whatever we can do, if we can do something within our four walls to make our community better, then we've done the right thing.
Well, I just want to say on behalf of our community, thank you so much for just coming here and diving in. I know that you were, one of you're a part owner in Huey Magoo's, and you're not necessarily running this one every day. We'll get to who it actually does.
Yeah.
But like you jumped in, you weren't afraid, you didn't know anybody. I think we were some of the first people you actually met here, and you said, what do I need to do? Who do I need to see? I want to be involved in everything, Allison.
I really do. And somebody out there like, do you ever sleep? Well, I mean, I sleep enough. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. But like, I just feel like if there's something we can do to benefit somebody else, then I've done my job that day. Yeah. Whether it be something little or big, it doesn't matter. But it's not about talking about it or somebody seeing what I do. If I can make somebody's life better, then I know that I'm on the right path.
And see, what's so cool to me is that I know that to be true firsthand about you. So that's why I want to take time to say thank you, because I know you don't need the accolades and the praise. That's not why you do it. But we are very thankful, and I want you to always feel appreciated, because, not everybody does that. And it's very, I don't know, it just gives me all warm and fuzzy when people do, because you're working it correctly and you're getting to know people.
And you always hear the negative. Yeah. Very rarely do you hear the positive. And I mean, listen, everybody's going to make mistakes. I mean, I know we do it in the restaurant. When we're serving hundreds of people a day, we're going to get somebody's order wrong. Yeah. But if we can take that experience, make it right for that customer, and then turn it around and use it as a teaching moment so it doesn't happen to somebody else, whether it be within the restaurant or in the community, then we're doing the right things. And it's just about being better than we were yesterday. Yeah. So if we can continue to move and continue to be better and progress and things like that, we're going to be a great business, community, world.
Now, who is actually in? You want to talk about your managers and who's actually running the store here?
Sure. So we were very, very blessed. Mr. Vince Bradley came to us from a different concept, and him and his wife were actually kind of co-partners with the other concept they were doing, and they jumped in with both feet, and they actually live here in Camden County. They are homegrown, and they are our operations people. They do everything from in those four walls. I mean, it is from the cleanliness aspect to making sure that your food looks pretty and it's in front of you and it's made correctly. It's them. They are literally our boots on the ground, the life force of that restaurant. But Miss Ray and Mr. Vince do an amazing job, and I couldn't do what I do in the community if they weren't doing what they were doing in the restaurant to make sure that we have a platform to be on.
Well, I mean, they're the ones that, I know you donated some meals for me for first responders when we were going through one of, I don't remember if it was a hurricane or snow or what we were
I think it was one of the hurricanes,
what we were dealing with at the time. But, and they take care of everything, make sure it's perfect. And I mean, on time, everything. It's just, it's amazing.
Well, I mean, but again,
they care is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. And those first responders, I mean, again, I think it was through a hurricane, and they were spending time away from their families, making sure our community was safe. The least we could do was feed them. The least we could do. I wish we could have done more. But again, I wanted to make sure they were fed. And Mr. Vince, like I said, that, somebody came to us with a need. I said, hey, do you think we can make this happen? Yeah. 5 minutes later, they've already got a plan and they've got it going. Yeah. And that's what I so love about the group of people that we surround us with, because, light attracts light.
Yes. So amen.
So we just want to make sure that, we have the same staff that have the same heart and give and drive that we have to make sure that it's all the same no matter who's serving you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That's our
now. I was in there today because we do hold our coffee and commerce now at Huey Magoo's, which I totally appreciate you letting us use your space and providing breakfast for us, even though that is not on your menu. So they do not have breakfast. Don't get it twisted. But we do appreciate you letting us use that. But something that we were talking about, I don't remember if it was this morning or yesterday, but you were talking about some new lemonades. It was like green apple something.
Yeah.
So talk to me about these lemonades and some new menu products.
Of course. So every quarter-ish, we have a new flavor of our lemonade. And so right now, this quarter is a green apple lemonade. And it's literally the color of a Jolly Rancher, like the green apple Jolly Rancher, and it tastes just like it too.
Stop it.
But it's so yummy. Now, granted, if you got the diabetes, you may want to put some water in it.
Yeah. Water it down.
But it is so good. And it's like that refreshing, sweet, tangy. It's so good. And it mixes with our spring, and then it's kind of like, St. Patrick's Day colors. So it's just going to blend in. So we just came off of our strawberry flavor. Mm-hmm. So we did that from January till now.
Okay.
And now we're doing the green apple. And then I think the next one's going to be our blue raspberry.
Ooh. Oh.
And then our end of the year will be our apple cinnamon.
Oh, okay.
Super yummy. So we try to keep them relevant with the seasons and make it make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
And then right now, so we're very blessed. We got to, Huey's is testing some new products. And we were like, well, heck yeah, we want to do this. So we are one of the test stores. So we're actually trying a tangy barbecue line. So we still have our regular barbecue dipping sauce, but we're doing like a tangy barbecue. So you can get your tenders tossed in the barbecue sauce, this new barbecue sauce. We have it in a salad, a sandwich, or a wrap. Super yummy. It's got a little heat to it, but it's more on the back end, kind of like a cayenne kind of heat, but it's sweet and tangy. It's really yummy.
So Jolene and Shauna got to try it.
Yes.
And so Shauna and both of them were like, it's delicious. Like, Jolene loved the wrap. Shauna loved the sandwich. It was just so good. They look so good.
They really are. And if you weren't such a picky eater, you could have tried.
Listen, everybody knows me, knows I have a palate of an 8-year-old, and it's so sad, but it's where we are. But I do love your chicken tenders.
Well, see, and that's the beauty of Huey Magoo's, because it doesn't matter what you like. There's something for everybody at Huey Magoo's. But yeah, our sandwich has like crispy fried onions.
Yes.
And it's like the tangy barbecue sauce with the briny pickles on a buttery bun. I mean, it is.
And that's something that Jolene was saying about that bun. The bread was so like good. It was soft. It was just perfect.
It's a nice soft bun that we then kind of slather-ish.
Oh, you do like something to it.
A garlic butter sauce. Okay. And then we toast it on our flat top grill, so then you get those little charred crunchy bits with the buttery inside. And then it just kind of melts in your mouth.
I love that.
I'm a foodie. So.
Yeah, you are. and the thing is that I married a foodie. So my husband is all about, he will try anything and everything. And I'm like, oh, I don't like the texture, you know?
Yeah, and that is the beauty. Like I said, with Huey Magoo's, we craft everything with love. So if you like just a plain chicken tender, we got you. If you
got me.
And we have people that want him tossed in buffalo with lemon pepper sprinkles on top. Yeah, we'll do that for you too. I mean, anything you can imagine, we'll handle it for you.
But you know, something else, like, so you have fries, which I have loved French fries since, I mean, my mama says that I was gumming them as soon as like, she's like, shut up and eat these.
I'm a tater girl.
So, but when I came there, you had these homemade chips.
Yes.
And I just need to tell you, them things are good.
Yes.
You know?
And that's something that's like, we make those fresh every morning. I mean, and we don't even use like the potatoes we pick. They have to be a special potato. They can't be too big because they're too starchy. They can't be too small because then they would just disintegrate when we try to fry them. So it's a particular size potato that we hand spin every morning. After they're spun up, then we deep fry them with love. And then once they've been picked up, they've drained, then we sprinkle them with a special Cajun seasoning. And you get that really nice bite with every crunchy.
Girl, they're just so good. And we were talking earlier, you were like, you can just heat them up for just a few seconds and it's just like you.
My guilty pleasure is to get a plate of chips, take them home, and then I'll put them on the couch between me and my husband, and while we're binge watching whatever
whatever it is
that night, we're eating tater chips.
And
they're better than anything you could buy from the grocery store.
They're so good.
Yes.
Like, I love I had to give them a special shout out because they're just so good.
They're the most underrated menu item we have. But when I tell you that Mr. Vince is like, he could have worked for Lay's potato chips, I'm not lying, because his chips are the prettiest.
Oh, I bet.
Golden brownish.
Oh, I
don't know the right adjective for his tater chips, but they're so yummy.
Yes.
They're so pretty.
Oh, I love this. Now, is there anything that you have coming up? Because I know you guys have like the app that people can order.
So we just launched our rewards program through our app.
Okay.
So we've always had an app, and which is really beneficial because we have a pickup window in Camden. So you take the app, you place your order, you drive through the pickup window and bring it to your car.
Wait, so I can drive up to this pickup window?
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. It's not technically a drive-through, but you place the order through the app, and then you just come through the pickup window and we bring your food to you.
So I don't have to get out of my car
to
eat some Huey Magoo's.
You have to get out of your car.
Does everybody hear that? You do not have to get out of your car to eat at Huey Magoo's.
And not only that, let's just say you forgot to place your order. Come through the window. Hey, I just placed my order. Well, you can sit right there. It's fine. If somebody pulls up behind you, we'll just ask you to circle back around.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine.
We don't care.
We'll work with you. Your family.
Yeah, that's right. So you already have the app using the pickup window. So with that app, we launched the rewards program. So with every user that already had the app, they got a free 3-piece in their rewards.
So all I gotta do is download this app and boom.
Yes,
I got a 3-piece.
So existing customers got the free
existing ones. Okay,
no, I'm telling it backwards. New app users got the 3-piece. If you're an existing app user, you got to buy one, get one free on the 10-piece Tender Bite meal. Okay. So either way, you got something free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rewards.
And then every time you come to the restaurant, you scan your rewards app, you get points, and then you can get free stuff later on. Free cookies, free drinks, free 3-pieces, eventually down the road, depending on how many points you have. So just always scan your app. And let's say you forgot your phone with you. Let's say, or Susie's picking it up for the office. You can give us your phone number and we can tap it in that way. You don't even have to have your app with you. We can just look it up with your phone number.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So they can just go to their app store and boom.
Huey Magoo's. And then you can make Camden your favorite, your heart store.
Yes.
And that's your favorites. And then your order will always come to us.
I love that.
But if you're traveling and you want, let's say you're in Tacoma, Georgia, you can change it and order something from there as well.
You know, it's so crazy because I had never heard of Huey Magoo's until we were going to visit my husband's family in Alabama. And I'm like, Huey Magoo's, like, and I think it was his mom saying, you know, they have the best chicken tenders, you know, chicken fingers, whatever. And like, I met you probably, I don't know, right after, and you're like, Huey Magoo's. And I'm like, wait. So, you know, this is the first time that this last year has been the only time that I even knew about Huey Magoo's. Right. So and now it's one of my favorite places. So I love that. Man, we have covered a lot. I know y'all are going to be at Taste of Camden. Y'all are a sponsor. And
we are super excited about that. We had such a good time last year. And it
Did you?
Well, so we had only been open for like maybe a month.
Not long.
Yeah, not long at all. And we were like, you know what? This is a great way to meet most of the people here. So we're going to do it. And we had such a good time. We're like, we got to do it again. So we can't wait.
I'm so excited. Guys, that is going to be April 27th. Mark your calendars.
And come see us. We'll be there.
Yes. You are going to be doing our VIP tent. And we are super excited about that. Man, we have covered a lot today.
Well, I talk a lot.
Well, okay. So let's go back. If there's a school or a group or a club or anything that wants to do one of the spirit nights or get involved, how do they need to get a hold of you?
So there's a couple of avenues you can go. You can just look up Huey Magoo's on the internet, hueymagoo's.com, and at the top of it, there's like a sponsorship spirit night link. You click on that, fill out the form, and it comes directly to me. You can email me at amanda@krmchicken.com, and it'll just let me know. We can get you set up. Or if you're in the restaurant, we actually have some little flyers that have a QR code on it. You can scan the QR code, and it takes you directly to the application. You fill it out, and it's super easy.
Okay. Ain't nothing to that.
No, we've had several organizations from the high school doing. We've had Camden, St. Mary's Elementary, Mamie Lou Ross. We've tons of schools.
Perhaps the high school?
Yes, the high school has done a few things that we've done. And it doesn't have to be just for the entire school. Like we can do Camden Middle football team.
I love it.
We can do Camden Middle art group. We don't care.
Yes.
We just want to help our youth any way we need to. We're doing a spirit night in a couple of weeks for the saltwater
Performing arts. Yes.
Coming up soon. As a matter of fact, next Friday, we're doing one for the hospital for their patient outreach program.
Oh, I love this.
So it doesn't even have to be schools. It can be something as small as like your kid's softball team, or it can be something as large as the hospital.
Or like, churches wanting to send youth to camp, those kinds of things too, because those will be coming up.
Absolutely. If there's a need in our community and we can help fill that need, let us know. We want to help.
And guys, she's not just saying that. That is the most real thing that you're saying, because that has been 100% my experience here with you.
Thank you.
And Huey Magoo's. It has been. We are just so blessed that you're here. And I just want to say again, thank you for just jumping in. And I told you this morning, because you are our ambassador of the month, and it is just such a breath of fresh air. And when you come into this community loving us as hard as you do, like, it is so easy to love you. Like, and it is, and you've just been amazing. And I want you to know that and feel that we love you here, and we're so glad you're here. And whatever, we can do going forward, you just let us know.
Absolutely. And matter of fact, something else that we've been doing with the football teams and anything, basketball teams, like for their concession stands. we'll sell them our food, like our sandwiches at a discounted rate, so that they can use that as a fundraiser to make money for themselves. So we can think outside of the box. Anything and everything we can do for our youth and our community, we are all about. Don't ever hesitate to give us a call.
I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Amanda, thank you so much for your time today. Was there anything else you wanted to say before we?
Just again, Camden County, thank y'all so much for having us. We absolutely love it here, and we couldn't imagine being anywhere else. And here's, 1 year's down. We can't wait for the next 50.
I can't believe it. 1 year. Man. All right. Well, guys, you have caught episode 42 of the Getting in Your Business podcast. Make sure you go by Huey Magoo's and get you the Filet Mignon of Chicken. Thanks, guys.